Hallo, guten Tag. Heute, ich möchte ein bisschen von diesem Buch lesen für euch. Ich habe auf Englisch gekauft, weil es war sehr billig auf zweiter Hand. Ich wollte in Wirklichkeit auf Deutsch kaufen, aber ich habe das gefunden, nur 10 Euro und das war in einem super guten Zustand. Und das ist von Joe Dispenza. Das Titel heißt Evolve Your Brain. Und ich finde es super interessant, weil, also ich habe nur 70 oder 80 Seiten von bis jetzt gelesen, aber dieses Buch erklärt, warum so wichtig ist, unsere, so wichtig ist die Meditation, wenn wir unser Leben verändern möchten. Weil die Gedanken und die Gefühle gestalten unsere Wirklichkeit. Okay, ich lese. Ich hoffe, dass ihr auch Englisch versteht und ich versuche so gut wie möglich zu lesen. Wenn jemand das nicht versteht und es gibt Interesse, bitte schreibt mir einen Kommentar und ich könnte äh, deutsche Untertitel vielleicht machen. Okay, ich beginne. Ich versuche auch nicht so viel zu lesen, nur ein bisschen äh, zu lesen, was ich finde interessant. Say, your every thought produces a biochemical reaction in the brain. The brain then releases chemical signals that are transmitted to the body, where they act as the messengers of the thought. The thoughts that produce the chemicals in the brain allow your body to feel exactly the way you were just thinking. So every thought produces a chemical that is matched by a feeling in your body. Essentially, when you think happy, inspiring, or positive thoughts, your brain manufactures chemicals that make you feel joyful, inspired, or uplift. For example, when you anticipate an experience that is pleasurable, the brain immediately makes a chemical neurotransmitter called dopamine, which turns turns the brain and body on in anticipation of that experience and causes you to begin to feel excited. If you have hateful, angry, or self-depreciating thoughts, the brain also produces chemical called neuropeptides that the body responds to in a comparable way. You feel hateful, angry, or unworthy. You see, your thoughts immediately do become matter. When the body responds to a thought by having a feeling, this initiates a response in the brain. The brain, which constantly monitors and evaluates the status of the body, notices notice that the body is feeling a certain way. In response to that body, body feeling, the brain generates thoughts that produce corresponding chemical messengers. You begin to think the way you are feeling. Thinking creates feeling, and then feeling creates thinking in a continuous cycle. This loop eventually creates a particular state in the body that determines the general nature of how we feel and behave. We will call this a state of being. For example, suppose a person lives much of her life in an in a repeating cycle of thoughts and feelings related to insecurity. The moment she has a thought about not being good enough or smart enough or or enough of anything, her brain releases chemicals that produces a feeling of insecurity. Now she is feeling the same way the now she's feeling the way she was just thinking. Once she is feeling insecure, she then will begin to think the way she was just feeling. In other words, her body is now causing her to think. These thoughts leads to more feelings of insecurity, and so the cycle perpetuates itself. If this person's thoughts and feelings continue year after year to generate the same biological feedback loop between her brain and her body, she will exist in a state of being that is called insecure. The more we think the same thoughts, which then produce the same chemicals, which cause the body to have the same feelings, the more we physically become modified by our thoughts. In this way, depending on what we are thinking and feeling, we create our state of being. What we think about and the energy or intensity of these thoughts directly influence our health, the choices we make, and ultimately our quality of life.